Go again. What's going on, world? Back at it like an addict. Since I'm kind of just, you know, busting my glizzy at the clock, aka unalive in time. Pause. By the way, if that could be taken. Wow. Never mind. Anyway, what's up, world? We back at it. J1, that's the only great one left in the flesh. We've been popping it on in there like all red and back. I appreciate all our new subscribers. Everybody that's been tapping in, liking, commenting, sharing it. You know what I'm saying? Making sure y'all contribute to the energy. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? When you're coming in here, make sure you wipe your feet at the door. You know what's in store. We got a lot of good chop today. Got an interesting topic that I don't think we talk a lot about, right? In a positive way or really shed light on. Like, there's a lot of fathers out here that are from somewhere, you know what I'm saying, that are, active, so to speak, you know what I'm saying, that, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, this interesting, things, R.P. Lil Ronnie, you know what I'm saying, and his daughter, there's a lot of different situations where being a father, crosses paths with, you know, who you are in the streets and whatever, you know what I'm saying, and for certain people. And I think that's an interesting, topic of conversation, no? Well, what's up, though? First and foremost, you know how we do it. Let me know who we got in the building. You know what I'm saying? Represent. Shout out your part of the world. Yo, what's up, the Wise Gamer? How are you? Yeah, I got a part of me. I'm not in walk around the house mode right now. Let me just sit down. Yeah, man. See, I ain't even. They want to hit y'all all that, but sometimes you just gotta sit down, Pause. Let me share this, matter of fact, while y'all, you know what I'm saying? Let me share this to the thing one time. Don't go nowhere. Hit that like button if you're just coming in here. Wipe your feet at the door. Alright, so boom. Alright. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're gonna focus on the topic here. We're not gonna come up with new topics in the chat, dude. No, okay? We got a topic already. And first of all, you trying to get me unmonetized. You trying to get me unmonetized even responding to that, alright? Come on, man. Let me focus this right here, alright? Listen to some of y'all that had me banned a long time ago. See, now you keep going, that guy, and I'm gonna block you. And I'm gonna put you in timeout. Because that shows me you don't care about me. You don't care about my life, and you don't want me to make money. Which means you don't want me to be happy. Which means if you don't want me to be happy, that means you want me to be sad and upset and starving, which means you are technically my enemy, which means I need to protect myself from you. You know what I'm saying? You saying, yeah, see, there you go. You control me like with good jokes and say something. I look like a low budget 50 Cent. Do I? I've heard that a couple times now. I'm starting to think, like, is there really a resemblance? Like, let me know. I don't see it. 50? I don't know about that one. Floyd June Mayweather. Now that's funny. Floyd June Mayweather. Okay. Cause the Larry is a little Larry in there somewhere. All right. That's kind of funny. I don't know that I see that either, but that is a funny, You know what I'm saying? Combination of names. Right? Hey, hit that like button if you just coming in here, man. Double tap the screen if you know what I mean. It don't cost you nothing to like that button. Don't be acting like that. Let's go all the way up like a turtleneck. You know how we do about this time. Alright? OnlyFans? I might get OnlyFans, but I ain't gonna be doing no porn starriness on my OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Jones about 18 blunt sin. Chill know what you're talking about, man. This is a very friendly environment here, man. Don't do drugs, kids. He said, I ain't liking ish until you rap or make me laugh, Jones. Well, guess you're not gonna get one, you know. That's not what we're here for, okay, brother? I am not your slave, and I'm definitely not your own personal jester to entertain you at your leisure, sir. So apparently you're misunderstanding what this exchange here is and the purpose of me being here, which is for me to make money. Weirdo, what are you talking about? Shut up, sit down, fall in line, and pay attention, and you might learn a thing or two. Denzel Training Day voice. Hell you talking about? Better get your mind right. The hell wrong with him? Right? I mean, and look, these are the rules if you don't know. Trolling is allowed here, okay? It's okay, right? Go in. I like good jokes. I might laugh. I might even respond. We might even make a whole nother thing about something you said just because it was so good and whatever, right? That's what we've been doing here. Hello? We're not scared of trollage. What I don't like is lack of engagement, okay? That's what we can't afford. You got to troll me actively, okay? You gotta like it, pay your toll, then troll, okay? So like the screen, double tap it, and then you could yap it. Say whatever you want. I won't even block you. As long as you don't say anything that is disrespectful to a certain LGBTs, and you're not just being obnoxiously, religiously promotion. I don't care if you're, pay the toll troll. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Pay the toll troll and go about your thing. You know what I'm saying? I said legend. Okay, see that's what I mean. MAGA with American flags, that's gonna get you blocked, brother. Hello. This is not a platform. Just because we are going up, okay, let me just be clear. Just because we're getting the type of viewership that doesn't even make sense, to the point where we have lots of people who don't even know who I am. Some of you here don't even know who I am, which is a great thing. Okay, so now you're blocked. See, you don't want to listen? Gone. See how simple that is? Now you can't MAGA nothing else. What's the point of that? Okay? Some of y'all get so excited when y'all see a bunch of people gathered somewhere that you just like, oh, When it's like, bro, come on now. This is an active community here. And if you don't know, this is Jones Land, right? Where we have, the official members, we have our Jonesians, we have our serious lifers that have been riding and understand the campaign, the frequency we on, the type of things we chop, you know what I'm saying, the vernacular and everything we about. And then we got people that really don't know, and y'all just gathered around because, you know what I'm saying, people stand by the fire to keep warm, hello? So since we've been on fire, there's a lot of people like, oh, it's something over there burning. All right, there you go. You're out of there too, okay? See how simple that is? Boom, boom. You will not beat me. You will not. So, doesn't make sense. You can come back with your pages and do all, no, okay? We are keeping this thing all the way lit and all the way sucker free, all right? Ain't no trolls running nothing around here, buddy. You know what I mean? Get in line, shut it up. All right. So what we here to talk about today, I know a lot of good fathers, and it's crazy ironic to me that I know a lot of good fathers. I know a lot of my brothers. I just came, shout out to my brother Sam Scarfo, just came from his birthday party with his family. And it's a beautiful thing seeing his kids, you know what I'm saying, be grown, doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, his parents, them having a relationship strong still. It's a beautiful thing to see black love, black families just flourishing and doing well. And it makes me think about, you know, a lot of brothers that's out here that, you know what I'm saying, y'all would never know, you know, that they really have, you know, they champions in their own families and stuff like that. And to me, that's dope. And I think we should shed light on that. So shout out to my brother Sam. You know, shout out to all of the black men that I know that are, you know, handling their responsibilities and being good examples to their family in terms of their deeds, their actions, their word. You know what I'm saying? But what I think, obviously, black fathers are not celebrated enough. You know what I'm saying? I think there's not enough of a sympathetic eye or perspective. You know what I'm saying? On black fathers and what they, you know, go through to maintain, you know what I'm saying? And you're in timeout, Mr. I don't know why you think that's a good this is another thing that we'll address after this, but I'll just get him out of there for a second. But if you notice that you're just zapped out of there and you can't see no more, either you've been put in timeout or you've been blocked, because you know what you did, all right? So we're not going to respond to all of you. Some of you I might, right? Just to make the point, right? Of like, okay, again, see you down, just to show you, bro, you can never chop with the, you know what I mean, with the sensei, okay? So I'm all with the roastiness. I wish I could see some of y'all, because then that would be fire. I think we can go live with each other on here too. We got to explore that possibility, because some of y'all have been requesting to go live, and we've been having literally every corner of the world on here, you know, from Romania to Africa to Mexico to Brazil to the UK to the Caribbean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we literally covering all corner of the world on here, which is not only amazing, which makes me like lightweight, teary-eyed. Love you guys. But also it actually like makes me understand the reach that we have. You know what I'm saying? Right? You said, I like your maturity, sir. I appreciate that, brother. I'll do my best. You said, why you say black guys? Why you say black guys? What about the white dudes? Well, shout out to all the white brothers that are great fathers as well, man. Just shout out to all the fathers, period. How about that? But of course, I'm a black man. And the issue that we're talking about, if you looked at the title, my brother, is fatherhood versus repping a hood. So shout out to all my white hood brothers, okay? Because there's white guys in the hood too, okay? So if you're a white hood guy, you're covered. You're under this content. You're good. So let's not create division here, okay? But you're right. Let's shout out all the fathers. My man, with love. I got you. All right? You're like, what about the white guys, man? We're going through this shit too, bro. we're in the shits, bro. We're in the shits just like you, bro. That's what white guys say when they're going through some shit. I'm in the shits, bro. He said, yo, my nigga, we all black. Hey, man, listen, we're all black in America. That's how that works. Because in America, at this point, ain't no only color that matters is green, Jack. You can be white, Asian, black, Mexican, whatever. If you on your dean, in terms of your green, if you know what I mean, you can live the dream. Hello? That's how that go. You know what I'm saying? I don't see race me either, man. He said, I don't see race either. We all right. We all white. Now that's hilarious. You know what I mean? That's what I love. I love that type of trollage, man. I be making my day with stuff like that. He said, we all white. All right, we all white then. Hey, he said, you always on live? Yes, this is my job, sir. I am an influencer now. Just because it doesn't look as professional, right? Just because I'm not sitting at the desk with the background that says Serious Live, right? And I'm sitting there with the suit on, and it has the little thing that comes on like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, here we are again, guys, with Serious Live, another episode. Today we're talking about dun, 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 dun. Like, that's what you want me to do, bro? Really? Would that really be more entertaining to you? Keep it funky. Than me to just literally sit here and chop the shit. No, right? Exactly. So, I mean, let's do it the organic way. He said do both. I'm about to do both. But what I'm going to do both with, right? Like, for instance, I'm going to post, you know what I'm saying, the wolf chain process, right? I'm going to post the old schools, my cars, while I'm working on them and putting rims on them and painting them and all of that stuff, right? All of the little day-to-day stuff to just show y'all how I be kicking it and all that. We're going to film all that because that is content, right? To me, it don't be a big deal, but that's the problem. Like, if y'all seen the live last night and it's like, okay, we're in the projects and then we're in Red Park Towers with 100 goons outside and just cooking out, chilling, police damn near coming down, about to be a riot, all this stuff. To other people, that might be like, crazy and whatever, but that's kind of like normal hood stuff. But if we showing it, I get it, how it looks. It looks crazy on camera, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you look in the track and it says, I'm from Angola, and I'm from Mexico, and we watch you from Brazil. It's like, damn, that's crazy. See, you in your hood in Brazil, watching us in the projects over here in New York. That's crazy to me. That association alone is like a whole nother level of like, that makes me actually like want to make sure that we got pure vibes here, man. That's why I'm on y'all trolls. Y'all not gonna come here and destroy this. This is a beautiful thing right here, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? Do I smoke? Yes, I do. And honestly, I didn't know that you weren't supposed to, honestly, as a Muslim for a long time. I knew you weren't supposed to smoke cigarettes, but I was on the fence with that. Well, it doesn't say you smoke weed. It doesn't say. But it does say mind-altering substance. So if you're smoking, but it's to alter your mind. So let's keep it real. So I shouldn't be smoking, right? But I do be. So I think at this time it's like it's down to the wire with things. I don't drink like that. I don't do nothing else no more. I'm just working out, eating, you know what I mean? Little natural, medicinal, you know what I mean? And creating, man. Those are my highs right now, man. And making money, those are my highs. You know what I'm saying? He said it's good that you're honest about it. I mean, what else can you do, man? You know what I'm saying? We too grown to be capping, bro. He said, yes, sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. We gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody judging nobody, man, you know what I mean? That shit is corny, bro. Like, isn't it not fun? Like, that's not fun to be judged, bro. Like, you wanna not care, right? Like, I'm finally to the place where I really don't care. Like, I always thought I didn't care. But I guess I did care a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm really like, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're all gonna go. We're all gonna go. We're all gonna go to the same place. He said, exactly. Only God can judge you. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We in the refrigerator. We back in the fridge, baby. We're back in the fridge. So, okay, let's get into the content, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even read all y'all where y'all rep, where y'all from, or whatever y'all said. But let's make sure we get this one choppy, because you can see we heating up, literally. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, we heating up. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me pull him out. You know what I'm saying? Let me give him a little shot since he knew. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my wolves, man. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my wolves. Free all my wolves. Free all my brothers. Free everybody that might be watching this from behind the wall. Because, you know what I'm saying, there's people that tap in from here, from behind the wall. They got cell phones, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got cell phones now. Let me know if we start glitching, too. Let me know if we start glitching, please. Because I don't want to be sitting here talking and it's, I'm Millie rocking on your screen and all that, roboting, and instead of saying, Jones, you breaking up, you just sitting there like, look at this nigga. Can't even hear this nigga. He just sitting there running his goddamn mouth. I mean, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. He said, you good? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Millie rocking on your screen, talking about. Yeah, man, because yeah, he said, thanks. Yeah, thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we got an even exchange, man. Fair exchange, no robbery. You give me a little bit of your time and you give me a like, boom, boom, I'll give you some game. You give me some attention, I'll give you some experience. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you some perspective. You know what I mean? Maybe a couple sayings, some bars, a little seasoning, something you can say to a bitch later on or something. You know what I mean? Feel me? Just like that. We just chopping game, man. So to all the fathers, right? So let's start off like this, right? Fatherhood versus repping a hood. What does repping a hood mean, right? So this message right here is not just for people that might be from a hood, right? You're from a neighborhood that, let's say you're from the projects, you're from the ghetto, right? But everybody from the hood is not a street person. I don't know why some people they don't make the distinction or understand that you can be from the poorest place in the world. That doesn't define your character, right? And some people, that's what they get. They think that, oh, you're from there? Oh, you must be old, right? You tell them you from there, it's old, right? And what's funny is I used to go through that, and I'm from Englewood originally, which is the suburbs, really, compared to Harlem, compared to Brooklyn, compared to, you know what I'm saying? Compared to Patterson, you know what I mean? You feel me? Compared to Newark, right? So, but when it's compared to Teaneck or Cliffside Park or Ridgefield or, you know what I mean, all these other places, oh, you from Englewood, oh, you're from what part of Englewood? Oh, you're from the 4th Ward. It was like, to them, it was like, oh, yeah, I went there one time to McKay Park and they stole my bike and whatever, right? So to me, it was like, I used to like going to these other neighborhoods and stuff and doing, what you call it? Shout out to Velly the Dawn. He said, I'm at work cracking up. Shout out to you, my brother. You know, I used to go to these other schools, right? When I was young, this is how non-giving a F I used to be as a youngster. I used to like to do the nerd contest stuff because I wanted to rep my hood against the people that thought we wasn't smart as them. Like, oh, so y'all think y'all smarter than us and all that? I could do all that too. So I used to go, like, if it was, I think I did the spelling bee one time and all that. I did all that and won, like, yeah. With all, I'm the only, you know what I'm saying? It's all white schools, no disrespect to my white people, whatever. But it's like, I wanted to represent for us on some, yeah. I'm the one from, yeah, Englewood's here, yeah. Yep, Englewood is in this. Now what? I liked that. I liked that. Ew. Sorry, man. I liked it. I still be doing like the artists, shit like that. Anyway, you said I am new. You new? What's up, Sharice Brewster? Well, look, if you're new here and you don't know what be going on here, I'm Serius Jones. All right, I'm a legendary battle rapper. I'm a corner store entrepreneur more. I'm somebody that have been putting it down in 1,000 towns, you know what I mean, and really getting active just to get some cabbage. And I'm really somebody with a spectacular vernacular that really knows how to put it together to get some cheddar, you know what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. And now that I'm a OG, now that I'm Unc, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm Unc, apparently, because I keep calling me Unc, right? I've just accumulated a lot. I've accumulated a certain amount of experience and a certain amount of game that gives me a unique kind of perspective for me to chop up topics, game, experiences, and this is what we do here, all right, love? So we just going through one right now, which is about fatherhood versus repping the hood. So let me focus up and stop reading y'all because y'all be distracting me sometimes, especially with y'all ladies, and y'all ladies is flooding my chat, and I love you, and stop telling me I'm cute, and go to Instagram and DM me and tell me, or I don't believe you. Holla at me, baby. But anyway, all right, boom. Fatherhood versus repping the hood. Fatherhood, obviously, to me, once I saw my daughter, like, all right, damn. Uh-oh. Okay. So once I saw my daughter, once I knew what the feeling was of another piece of you being alive in the world, it was like, once I even knew that was about to happen, I started just doing all type of weird preparing stuff to the point where I'm only watching nature shows and all that now, to where I can learn about I'm learning how to build a house from scratch. I want to know how to extra survival tactics and all that. I want to know how to fish. I'm just learning everything I can know about just how much man game can I soak. You know what I'm saying? I'm just soaking all the man game and dad game that I can. You know what I'm saying? And I understand how you can be so dedicated to your neighborhood because your neighborhood in certain places, like where we are from, right? Even Harlem, even Jersey, there's lots of people that is gangbanging tough, right? Gangbanging tough, and our fathers, and our good fathers, right? But I know it's very difficult at times to balance those in a way that they never touch each other. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's the ultimate thing that you want to make sure that you always do is protect your family, right? Protect them from any harm, protect them from anything that could come back to haunt you, being able to haunt them or hurt them, right? Now, the challenge becomes, like, depending on the way that you conduct in business, you know, you might be able to do that effectively for years, you know what I'm saying? And there's lots of people that do. They found a niche. They know how to do what they do. They do what they don't really have too much problems. You know what I'm saying? They do whatever they do. They street business is totally separate. They're able to maintain a certain amount of respect, right? A certain amount of communication with a certain amount of people, where they got a nice insulated circle. They don't be having shootouts and going through all of that other stuff. Are they gang members? Yeah. Are they, you know what I'm saying, gang banging? No. Right? There's a difference. So if you gang banging, right? Let's say, now this becomes the difference of, I think, an area and just of code and the way you grow up. And this is where it's like the gang, the banging pause is fiercer in certain places, to the point where you not participating is not, that's not allowed type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we spinning. If you just don't spin for years, it's like, bro, like, what's up? You're not catching no phase. You're not spinning. You're not doing nothing for the set. Now, let's say you a money making dude. You getting a lot of money. You put money on the homies' books. You know what I'm saying? You sending kites packages. You know what I'm saying? You building businesses and helping out the neighborhood. Literally giving homies that's coming home jobs. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. yeah, that's a different thing. That's what Nip, I think, inspired, and taught a lot of niggas that's street, like this is what you're supposed to do as a gangster that's getting money in your community. You're supposed to take this money, put it back into your homies, put it back into your soil, and let your homies be the staff. Let the gang eat. Teach them how to eat. Teach them how to do what you're doing. All of that, right? You know what I'm saying? But obviously, being in that lifestyle, this is what I know. And I've never even been a gangbanger, but this is what I know just from everything I know. All right, LA, for instance. If you in the set, right? Now, again, you got to think about the fabric and the background and stuff. This is the part people don't know, right? Shout out to Black Sam, right? If you look at Nip's history, he gonna tell you Black Sam, his mom and them was digging up. I don't forget how much he said. I don't even want to, misquote him, but it was a little over $100,000, right? He said all true facts, right? Him and his family's dig. So what does that tell you? That tells you a few things, right? That tells you, one, he was young, at least 100,000 years, millionaires. 17 years old, 18 years old, burying hundreds of thousands in your mom's backyard. That tells you another thing. So that tells you one thing. To be able to do that in the era that we come from, in the 90s and 80s, do you know what type of level you would have to, of respect you would have to have for people to even allow you to eat that much? Without jacking you, unaliving you, you know what I'm saying? Running you up out of there, whatever. They're not even gonna let you eat that much, right? And as far as what I understand, Sam is just like an affiliate. He's not, I don't think he's pushing no line in terms of gangbanging, as far as I understand. You know what I'm saying? But that means that this must be a fierce nigga. This must be a nigga that's willing to go there. You know what I'm saying? He gotta be willing to go there. He gotta be willing to catch his phase, stand on whatever. Because if you were growing up in the 60s and you think you're gonna be a young millionaire and niggas ain't gonna check you, press you, rob you, do nothing to you, you must be crazy, right? So Sam was on business, right? So if you Nip and you're Sam's little brother and you've been raised under this type of mentality, you know what I'm saying? You've been raised as somebody that this is what you've been taught to. You know what I'm saying? Not only was Nip Yink, not only was he a yinker, right? Yink, right? He was not only a moomop maker, right? What they call it, the foofopper, the foofop. He was a foofopper, you know what I'm saying? And niggas be underestimating them lanky niggas with them long arms, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be underestimating them lanky niggas with them long arms and get foo-fopped up. Meat mops. A lot of mink mops, right? Shout out to everybody that got mink mopped, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never got mink mopped. I got mopped one time. Y'all keep wanting to bring it up. I remember, it's okay. You know what I mean? Niggas got foo-fopped, mink mopped, and rocketowed because of that. Just, you know what I'm saying? A lot of sound effects. Shout out to Big T. I'm battling Big T August 2nd. All right, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be lots of gun sound effects. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, mink mops, foo fops, all that. You know what I'm saying? No. I didn't get a foo fop. I just got a fop. I got a fop. Fop. You know what I mean? A foo fop is like this. This a foo fop right here. I'm gonna show you a foo fop, right? It's a good foo fop. We was doing 90s fighting techniques yesterday. You missed it, okay? We was already going through 90s schoolyard fighting techniques. For y'all that didn't have OGs and big homies to teach you 90s fighting techniques, all right, this is where I gotta get on my unk shit. Because a lot of y'all didn't have an unk or pops to take y'all in the backyard and teach y'all how to throw no hands. That's why you wouldn't even knew how to get no get back. You'd have just been a nigga that just got sucker punched and had to eat it and never even went.
All I gotta do is see a nigga after that. Oh, word. Oh, shit. I'm playing jazz on it. Nigga, I'm Dizzy Gillespie on these niggas, what? One day y'all go out, Astaghfirullah. No, never. You're never gonna see me in action because I'm gonna live a peaceful life with no problems ever. But you missed it. If you didn't miss it, and you're somebody that caught a episode or a skit of Serius Jones, put it in the chat. I don't care, right? Long as it wasn't no gunplay. But never mind. No. Please don't say anything. Actually, no. I never had any fights. But the techniques in high school and grade school, that's what we're talking about. Let's just keep it focused. Let me not. The Foo Fops and the Meek Mops, right? Let's focus. The Foo Fop. This the Foo Fop, right? Yo, my nigga, I'm not, listen, bro. Oh, nigga, fuck that. You was talking all this shit. Yo, bro, I don't want no problems, bro. I'm trying to tell you. All right, bro, look. Right? Quick Foo Fop. Foo Fop. Nigga, oh. Right? Nigga turned to a zombie. Shoulders go up. Right? Then the nigga confused. Now we was talking about that before, right? We was talking about that, right? Because I used to Foo Fop, then be on some what's up now. Ain't no what's up now. Like what? Same minute society? Why? I don't know why I thought I was so cool doing that. Like I thought that was a cool move to do. Like, and it was cool apparently because they always used to talk about like, yo, Leon was like, because that's all they're gonna talk about, right? Is who got off first. Because normally they break the fight up, normally be something. So at least you got the quick Foo Fop off. You know what I'm saying? You got the quick Foo Fop, and then it's like, what's up now? And I used to do this thing with my thumbs, right? Until I wound up breaking my finger. I don't know. I thought this is the 90s. You had to make your stance look cool in the 90s. You can't just be, these niggas be looking mad corny. They be fighting, talking about, like, yo, ew. Like, yo, who taught you that stance? Like, you be seeing they fight videos online, some of these rappers and shit, they be talking about. You be like, what? Who taught you? Ew. Yo, hit that like if you just coming in here, by the way. But you know what I'm saying? That down the pipe, oh, what? Oh, ching. Foo Fop. Foo Fop. Quick. Ha. Listen, I don't want no pop. Bro, I'm just pop. Bro, what? I mean, Foo Fop, you right on up. Who raised them, right? Who raised them? I don't even know who raised some of these niggas, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was raised by the wolves. If I got my ass beat, I was getting my ass beat. Shout out to Miss B. Shout out to Mr. B. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncles. Shout out to my cousins. Shout out to Fat Cat. Shout out to Big Dog. Shout out to both, man. Shout out to everybody that made sure Jones wasn't gonna be no punk, man. Not crazy. But yeah, but one thing that I didn't do was gangbang. I remember the moment where the gangbanging selection was on the table. And it was like, okay, we're gonna be Blood or Crip. And honestly, to me, the Crips looked cooler. Sorry, all my blood, yo, B's up, I love y'all, B. Come on, B, you know I love y'all, B. All right, but this was the 90s. All right, Snoop Dogg, come on, man. Snoop is on stage. Crip walked to my la, smoking weed and shit. He's like, yo, that shit do kind of look kind of cool. I ain't gonna lie, like, damn. Niggas began, it looked like the Crip niggas, what it looked like when I'm growing up for me, it looked like the Crip niggas was getting money and being on some fly shit with the chicks. They was normally little light-skinned, curly hair type, you know what I mean, niggas, or Brooklyn niggas, right? And the Bloods was like just doing violent stuff. That's what it looked like from on the East Coast, right? They just doing violent stuff, slashing people on Halloween night and all this stuff. I'm like, man, I want to do something get some money gangster shit. Like, I don't listen. So when I even thought about it being a thing, I'm like, I'm good. No, no thanks. No gangs for me, right? I had enough confidence to where I didn't want to fit in with nobody, bro. I didn't get the purpose of it. Fit in for what? Y'all not getting no money. That's what as simple it was for me, honestly. Like, it was like, okay, be a part of a bunch of niggas that's not already your homies, right? Now, it'd be different if all of my homies said, yo, we about to be this. We all said, nah, we already us. That's how we felt. We already a gang. We already got our own clique. We already pushing our own shit. That's how we felt, right? And I remember, shout to Sule, shout to Sue, you know what I mean? My brother say cool, my brother say cool, big brother. And they was riding dirt bikes, you know what I'm saying? They was young fly niggas, you know what I'm saying? They was having money. They had the pit bulls and all the cool regular hood stuff that you could have, right? And we was jacking them, like, you know what I'm saying? We was the young version of them kind of, you know what I'm saying? We was like under them. So when he decided, listen, you know what I mean? 031, we like, I remember I saw the papers and I was like, what? And I was like, bruh. And this exact words I remember. I said, man, this is Englewood, New Jersey, not California, bruh. And it was like 1993. This is when this was happening. And the nigga said, yeah, pit bulls. That was a hood trophy thing back then. That was a thing. You got dirt bikes, pit bulls, you know what I'm saying? So a chain, some jewelry, a car. Oh shit, well, you got all. And we had a Dykeman. Shout out to Dykeman, man. We had Dykeman I then. This was like the crew house. This is why I was a young lit nigga, right? Because we had stuff that normal kids didn't have. We had the Pawnee, which was a car that, rest in peace, my brother, Tross's father, you know what I'm saying? Tross's dad had brought a Pontiac for $100, right? Some Pontiac 600 or something. Pontiac Celebrity or one of them shit. And it was just running. And he just gave it to us. So this was the crew car. Anybody needed to go anywhere? Take the Pawnee. He was mobbing in the Pawnee. Anybody could take the Pawnee and just go. The last I knew, the Pawnee was literally just parked in a fucking William Patterson parking lot, and niggas just left it. It was still running and everything. I was so mad when I came back from Florida, like, niggas left the Pawnee? Why? Niggas like, I don't know, niggas just wasn't driving. Niggas got cars, like, I'm like, nigga, you could have parked it somewhere. Why? Y'all left it in the parking lot and they broke the windows all out and did it. Why you let them do that to the Pawnee? I was tight. But, you know what I'm saying? Followers, yes. If you hear, double tap that screen for me one time, please. Just for one time for the one time. Just like that. All right? You know what I'm saying? But look, and if you don't understand the process, I'm not reading y'all chat right now as much because I gotta cook. Let me just, you know what I mean, visualize what I'm visualizing and give y'all the game the way it's coming to me, right? Because trust me, it's gonna land. All right, I'm gonna land the plane. All right, but you gotta let me cook. I'm an artist. All right. So if it seems like where you're going with this is personal, yes, this is the point. I'm giving you the origins of when I saw gangbanging coming to the East Coast and what my perspective was as a young nigga watching older niggas that look like fly, cool niggas. And when they decided to make certain decisions, how that affected the way I looked at not only me, but the game, right? So boom, said, cook, yeah, I got you. Hibachi, right? So, boom. I said, this is Englewood, New Jersey, not California, right? And he was like, yo, don't disrespect it. I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I wasn't jacking that shit, right? And I was 12. I was 12, right? 11, 12 then, right? So, and it was like 15, right? 15, 16 maybe, something, right? So, think about it. We 12, you know what I mean? And I'm already whatever, and I might have been 13, might have been 12 or 13, right? And they're about 16, right? 16, 17, right? They're in high school, about to graduate, whatever, cool, fly high school niggas, and we're in middle school, right? So I'm seeing all of this happening. I'm seeing everybody joining the gangs. I'm seeing everybody now shaking up and yeah, I'm saying, blood up. You know what I'm saying? They locking up. They used to do this shit in my hood called locking up. right? Where two niggas would dance like this, like it's like they're locking the key and be going like this, and you like, you know what I'm saying? Be like, and niggas be in a circle talking about throwing it up, locking it up, and the whole crowd be, and I'll just be like, okay, but niggas be sharing 40s. Niggas be sharing 40s though. Niggas be sharing one little pistol, passing it around and shit, talk about. I'm just like, I got three. I got three. Six of y'all got one gun? Yeah. I don't even know if I want you having my gun. I don't even think you would use it, man. I don't even feel comfortable being in a gang with this guy in this same gang. So, like, to me, I'm like, how do you approve this guy being in this gang? I'm supposed to be in the gang and bang the gang that this guy's in. When you know he's foo-foo, I know he is, but we just gonna act like he's not. We just gonna pretend like, you know he's bad. But come on, bro, so chill, bro. That's the homie, you know what I'm saying? That's the, like, you know what I mean? You know how it is, bro. Like, yo 50, like, I mean, it's good, B. What? No, thank you. Right. So, by the grace of, you know, life, y'all dying. By the grace of, you know, my journey, right? I wound up getting, you know, I was young and opinionated, I'm sure, right? And my mom is a Leo. Shout out to my mom. We was just on FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? She had a very stern demeanor. She was a teacher. She was somebody that was a voice in the community. She wasn't no slouch of a woman. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely is an enforcer, right? And I wasn't having it as a young. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, listen, man. You know what I mean? I'm becoming a man. I'm a girl. You know, you ain't gotta treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was one of those, what? The hell you said what? That's the type of, you know, we got the old school training in our house. You know what I'm saying? We got the rod, pause. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of rod, spoil the child and all that. You know what I mean? The old school. And we was Muslim. So imagine, like, you know, if you think it's discipline of a Christian, you know, y'all Muslim parents is like, you know what I mean? They not playing with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, you said, Wakanda forever. Word. Definitely Wakanda forever vibe. Shout out to Jones. Shout out to you, brother. So look, right? So boom. So, wishing you fatherhood in 2025. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Me too, yo. Me too. I try to keep my business out of this shit, man. But, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't wish what I gotta deal with on my worst enemy, bro. But I save my pain for the music. You know what I'm saying? I save my pain for the music. But I miss my daughter, and I'm a father that is having to do a whole bunch of stuff to be one. Which I don't understand. But it is what it is. But you almost made me emotional. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know, man. But you know what? I think I would be a whacker father if I let my own pain and feelings make me go on the internet and start talking bad about my daughter's mother. Right? So, let's stick to the topic at hand, man. You know what I mean? He said, who's Raid? Raid said what? What he said? He said all saying, he said what he said is facts. What he say? Damn, I can't read all that goddamn comments. Y'all going crazy in that motherfucker. Shit, trying, shit. My eyes ain't that good, man. Shit. Alright, well, whatever. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Ray, I appreciate you if you said something good, brother. I didn't get to read it. But look, so when we talking about areas that are high gang, you know, high gang activity areas, right? And you're somebody that is of a certain rank, right? The way the culture is now to where catching hats and, you know what I'm saying, young niggas that is especially in a gang, their perspective is way less about getting money than it ever was, right? So if you somebody that just got a certain type of rank, it doesn't matter if you think you're a civilian or whatever, you're such and such from such and such, right? So this is why I was making the point to make the point about Nip and Sam and them. It's like if you have a certain level of respect because of the fact that you have a certain level of fierceness and that people know that you have people behind you that's willing to put in pain and people that's willing to go there, that changes the narrative for you, right? That changes the narrative to where you might be able to conduct business in a certain way and you can have the benefit of the gang on your side because now they respect you and they're willing to ride for you because they know not only do you have the ambition to where you know how to get some money, but they know that you're going to be down for the cause. You're going to really go there and help niggas, right? So that's why when you see the 60s willing to really do doing what they do for Nip and all that, when what Sam said, get active for bro, they got super active for bro. Trust me. Y'all don't know? I know about the bro activities from Vegas. Okay? Rest in peace, Nip. All I'm going to say is that was some of the most gangster activity that I've seen in my life and in my own two eyes. Right? They tried to, with his chain, and he not only fought, I don't even know what, I got to think of some other, now I see why his name is, they said it was a Thundercat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, his I don't know what to call this, but this is what it looked like, right? I swear to you, wallahi, it's no cap. I was in Strip Hop in Las Vegas, and Strip Hop was like a big warehouse type of club, right? And it's like I seen 50 this night, right? And 50 had called me, right? 50 called me on the phone one time, y'all. Wallahi, 50 called me on the phone, and he was doing a Pimp and Curly voice, and I didn't understand what was going on at first. Right? So I'm like, wait. And I'm listening to the voice. I'm like, nah. I'm like, this ain't you 50. He like, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I can find anybody. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? We start chopping it, right? I'm thinking I'm getting signed to G Unit. I'm hyped. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? So when I see Fifth in Vegas, I'm thinking this is the perfect time. I'm thinking this is, maybe we should do this whole story. Did I do this whole story? I don't know if I did this story on here yet. But we ain't gonna give too much details, and we're gonna do that story as one whole story, right? But long story short, they tried to get Nip, and it didn't work like that. Instead, it was like this. I didn't know this was Nip though. I ain't gonna cap. I didn't know this was him until afterwards, but I saw how he performed, right? He had a blue flannel. He had one of those old school Snoop Dogg blue flannel joints with the paisley like flannel joint. All I saw was arms like this. I saw them try to yank it. I didn't know that's what they was doing at first. I just saw somebody like look like, and I saw him like go like this. Later on, I found out that it was why, right? They tried to yank his shit. He like this, and all you saw was his arms just go straight out like this. It was like, oh, that shit looked like this. Yo, I swear to you, I never even thought of punching that fast and back to back in a fight. Yo, that shit looked like this. And like that nigga was literally beating that man. It was like the way that shit looked, it was like everybody, his homies jumped in just because of how much he was. And then it just went crazy after that. Soon as somebody tried to jump in on Nip from him beating the dog lights out of this dude, then they whole set went in and it just went melee up there after that. As soon as I saw none of my homies, I said, I got my ass up in the DJ booth. I got up in the DJ booth and sat there till that shit was over. Chicks coming up there, trampled, all type of stuff. She came up there, leg, oh my leg. I thought she was capping. Chick leg down there, bro. I'm like, oh. And that's what Nip was talking about it. He said, when he said, all my life, he said 50 and Floyd fled the scene with us and all that. You see, I'm down there out of breath, trying to just, I don't know how the hell he was punching like that. That shit looked crazy. But anyway, so if you have people that's really genuinely willing to ride for you and they know that you that type of person yourself, it definitely changes, you know what I'm saying, the way that you're able to move in terms of your neighborhood, in terms of your gang, whatever, right? Yeah, DJ booth. I said, listen, let me get to the highest point and just get out of this whole situation. All my niggas is good? Okay, cool. We gonna stand right here. We looking like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Keeping all my jewelry, I'm keeping all my everything. I don't listen. Listen here. Fuck you mean? That's why niggas be getting caught as shit. You think you not, see this is, I'm gonna give y'all some free game. I'm gonna give you some free game. How you think, this is why a lot of times in prison and different places, they cause riots on purpose, right? So they can get a person that's seemingly random, right? You don't even know that the whole time they even starting all this mess just so they can create a whole bunch of distraction just to catch you lacking. Hello? They getting all this shit acting like they tripping just to catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? While you going to work in the kitchen, you just think everything normal, whatever. Then all of a sudden, all this jumps off over here, and you looking like, oh, what's going on? And then somebody come out of nowhere, right? Yeah. So you might think all this commotion ain't got nothing to do with you, but imagine if people getting shaking and going crazy, bam, bam, right there, and you standing there, and you got Rolex and this and that on. Why not? Why not? Right? So you don't even think you got nothing to do with it. Right? Then all of a sudden you see somebody getting off on you and just you getting, oh, stop me, man. I'm not even with them. Ain't got nothing to do with that. Why am I laughing at that? That is not funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not funny. I don't want that to happen to anybody, but I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm saying. You know what I mean? Said Cleveland, Ohio. Can we Diddy? Nah, we can't do no Diddying over here, man. He said, bro, Diamond, test that chain live. Well, you're late, brother. We already went to the Diamond District on live where I bought the diamonds and showed you the diamond setter putting it in the chain. But that episode will be uploaded onto YouTube. Okay? Don't worry. All right? Diamonds is not a new thing in the Life is Serious lifestyle, sir. Okay? I am a super unk, and I've been having diamonds since I'm literally been 17 years old, brother. Go look at my pictures on Instagram, right? Now, history is not a mystery. So all you new people that don't even understand who Serius Jones is, do your homework, okay? You know what I mean? Tell these niggas. It's like, yeah, Wolf, these niggas crazy. I'm sorry that y'all don't have any actual role models, man. That's the sad part, bro. That's what it comes down to. Y'all don't have no real role models. You think it's far-fetched for a grown man of my stature, my game, that's living where I live, you know what I'm saying, has a beautiful Sherry, you know what I'm saying? You think Sherry would be with a guy like me if I wasn't me? Come on, man. Y'all crazy. See, I just gotta look out at the ships going across and just, in my mind, the only left stunt for me is just a boat, man. So I could just get away from everything. And I could just get on the boat and just go to wherever I wanna go. That's the only thing left for me. The only thing left for me is to just have my daughter, have abundant money, and just have a boat. I already got all the cars I want besides one other. I think I want like 2 or 3 other cars. I got 4 or 5 cars right now. I got 5 cars right now, bro. Like, come on, bro. Material stuff is like, that ain't no shit, bro. Like, that's weird. That's weird. And why do y'all keep talking about Diddy? Like, y'all like, this was lame about trolls. A lot of y'all have no game. Like, you don't even know how to say good troll jokes or nothing. Like, you don't even have no material. Like, that's the only current event you can go with is Diddy. You don't know nothing else but Diddy, right? It's like, oh, well, that's what's going on in the news, Diddy. So, Diddy, right? Like, you goofball. Like, find something cool. Like, damn, learn something. Get some type of something about yourself. God damn. But anyway, so let's focus the energy back. But I just don't have time to block all these guys, so we're just gonna address them as a whole and let them be weird, right? So, because they're still contributing anyway. They're helping the algorithm talking, so whatever. Y'all gotta focus. And again, serious lifers and official Joneslanders that been here and know how we give it up, just highlight who to block in the chat, okay? You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm trolling the trolls. Yeah, you know that's what we do here. We troll the trolls. You know what I'm saying? We make it easy. So if you're in a gang, right, and you're not somebody who has family member who's established in this area to where the area has a certain respect for them already, right, which is a blessing to have. And a lot of people don't understand that in gangland. In gangland, a lot of times about the family. Right? That family got 8 or 9 boys in it. 8 or 9 boys in that family, right? In that house with grandma and them. You don't even know how many people up in that house. There's about 20 people in that corner house. You know what I'm saying? Cousins, uncles, all type of shit, right? And they all from right here. So some places, gang is different, right? It's where you from. It's where you're from, and just being from there automatically labels you to the point where you automatically have to deal with the backlash of just going home, just being here. That's what people don't understand about certain places, like Chicago or LA, you know what I'm saying? Or even certain places like Gary, Indiana, or, you know what I'm saying, certain places in Florida, whatever. You just being from there, this niggas are so thirsty for a hat and all this dumb shit, they be like, oh, yeah, he from over there. I'm telling you, from over there. He ain't from over there. He be with them. Yeah, I'm telling you, he be with them. Like, bro, that nigga square. He play basketball. Not so what, nigga? That nigga be with them niggas, bro. And he from over there, nigga. I don't care. Nigga, fool to me, nigga. I catch that nigga. Fuck you mean? Easy, right? So you might just be with your cousin. Of course, I'm with my cousin. It's my family member. We're at Red Lobster or something, right? You're not thinking about, you don't know about the politics, what he got going on. You just out with your cousin, gonna get something to eat, right? So this is how easy the politics get, you know what I'm saying? Get mixed in like that, right? So, especially when you're in certain areas, that's why they say, if you can get out, just get out, right? If you really from the super trench where it's like that, where you know that you got any given time enemy activity on you, get up out of there, man. That's the best I can give. You know what I'm saying? He said low frequency environments. Exactly. That's the best thing I can say, right? Because you see me in my hood like you see me in my hood, or you see me moving how I move, because I know the people around me and I know how they move. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody was to move on me, they would have to move on everything around me. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not likely, right? So I can move how I move. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean about, okay, depending on how you structure your life and whatever, right? So by the blessing of Allah and the blessing of my game, my character, I created a good walk for me and mine. To where if I'm with my daughter, if I'm with whoever, I don't have enemies or ops that's looking to do something to me because I didn't do nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here, you know what I'm saying, bragging about somebody, doing something to somebody, and I don't want the clout of trying to be whatever, so I'm not pushing that envelope, you know what I'm saying? But as you know, I still protect myself, and I still stay on point, and I still stay on military mode, especially when I got my daughter. Hello? Especially if I got my daughter. I'm watching everything around me, and I'm making sure that I ain't got nothing extra at all going on. Hello? But see the difference, all right, the difference in with gang banging and being just a gang member is like, okay, let's say you're from LA, let's say you're from, you're from a gang, you're from a certain area, right? It's a thing called being a trophy, right? If you're a trophy, then that means you one of the people to be proud about. You one of the people to say, yeah, he from here. He one of us, and he's a trophy, right? He's successful, right? That automatically puts a target on your back. Automatically. You're a hood trophy. They know if they get you, they're gonna make some people sad over there. As simple as it is. They're gonna make some people sad over there. They get him. That's it. We're gonna have them hurt. They're gonna be crying. There's gonna be teddy bears on the block. Yeah, that's who we want. That's what they want. So if you a nobody that ain't really getting no money, you ain't really putting no pain in, you just walking around with a bandana and you saying you from somewhere, you probably ain't got that much to worry about. Because niggas don't even know you. If they walk past, they just gonna be like, they might bang on you or something like, yo, nah, where you from? You probably gonna turn it down. You probably gonna be like, oh, I'm just, and they're gonna just leave you alone. They be like, oh, he a Zark. He a Zark in the park. They gonna bang on you, nigga, neighborhood, nigga. And they just leave you alone. Cause they gonna be like, man, we ain't get no points for him, right? They want some points. They want to be able to say, yeah, we smoking that good, such and such, man. Yeah, he was on his way to being a superstar, man. Now he up amongst the stars, man. You know what I'm saying? Now he high as the stars off him, man. You know what I'm saying? But he had a basketball star, nigga, man. Yeah, we smoking him, man. Yeah, they don't give a damn. Right? I don't even like doing that right there because I don't even want to put that type of, you know what I'm saying? But I know how, you know what I mean? He like 100. Like, I know how the young Goonies is coming, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, they feel like, hey, the more heartless, the better. The more heartless, the better. Because honestly, it hurts. Heartbreak hurts a lot, man. And that's one thing that I know most real gangsters, real thugs, real street people, even real hustlers, that's one thing we know is heartbreak. Like, it's not that niggas are so tough. Niggas be really putting a whole big shell up because they've been hurt before, bro. Niggas get big muscles, all type of shit because those are usually the niggas that been, you know what I mean? Mike Tyson told you. Niggas said, listen, can you hold the chain? I only got one right now, man. When I get a couple more, I got you, man. I sold a couple of them when I came home, man. I found a bunch of gold, and I found out Muslims aren't really supposed to wear gold. So you ain't gonna see me with no yellow gold no more. Well, at least not a lot. I think it's not, I think it's like you're allowed to wear like, shit, I gotta do my homework, man. But I know you're not supposed to have like big old bunch of, you know, that's what at least it was said in the hadith. And I asked the imam about it, and he said it's not a sin, but he said that, you know, supposedly the prophet did say though that if you want to wear it in the next lifetime, I'm like, damn, I want to wear it in the next lifetime. I want the next lifetime. I don't know about y'all, I want the next lifetime. That would be super whack. Think about how whack that would be if like there's really a gate, right? And we get to the gate and they're like, nah, you going that way. Like, that'd be crazy. Can you wear it in Harlem though? Look at the last video, genius. Look at the last 3 videos on this channel. Where we are standing in the projects of Drew Hamilton and RPT, River Park Towers, D-Thang's hood, okay? Some of the roughest places in America, let alone New York. And we are outside with 100 goons. So if you'd like to know, look at the video, genius. Y'all niggas make it so easy. But no, anyway, so the reality is, if you're somebody that is a trophy from a neighborhood, if you're somebody that, you wanted to push this line. You wanted to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me get this one troll out of here. Let me get this one troll. Okay, cool. If you somebody, then you're somebody to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if you plan on being successful, I would say for the youth, of course, I would say the smartest thing is not to join a gang, because you automatically put certain targets on you that you already have naturally, right? So now you might say, now this is a good logical way to think about it too. Wait a minute, if I'm from here anyway, I'm gonna have to deal with them, you know, dealing with me like I'm from here anyway, and I'm gonna not have the protection of it. I gotta get beat up at school. I gotta go through all of this because I'm from here, and I still ain't even getting no props from it. I ain't getting nothing from it. I might as well bang the hood. I might as well, right? I'm already dealing with this shit. This is already the people that I look up to. These are already the people I know. It's already my cousins, my friends, and everybody. So shit, I'm already here, right? That's the logic I get a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But what it does is it makes people automatically adapt certain characteristics that are needed to be a successful gangster. To be a successful gangster, you have to be able to put a certain or have a certain level of permafrost over this right here. And I don't mean your nipple for you little freaky weirdo niggas. Before you even type it in the chat. You got to be able to have what my Uncle Pimpin' Ken says, you got to be able to have triple bypass surgery and get all the sympathy removed from your heart. Right? Because you're going to be dealing with things, people, and situations that are going to try to play on your heart. They're going to try to play on your nature. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Gangsters taking care of your family. Absolutely. And you know what people don't understand is when they want to try to be like the mafia and all this other stuff, if you notice, the mafia family is business. That's the point. That's the point. They didn't have the resources to create the wealth of the Rockefellers, of the other families of America without the vices of America. They figured out how to make money off the vices of America, right? The part that they can't control. Everything that couldn't be controlled by the government, the mob just figured out a way to control. That was the point. Gambling, the 304s, the drug trade at some point. You know what I'm saying? Extortion, all of the things that you can't track that. How do you know how much money the hoes in the city make? There's no way to calculate that, right? How do you know how much money the gambling or the numbers makes? You don't, right? There's no, so that racket, those rackets is the ones they figured out, hold up, it makes sense for us to clamp down on these, right? But the problem about what the gangs were supposed to be, and initially, the gangs were literally for the purpose of actually doing the same thing that the mob was doing, but in a different way. We were supposed to be protecting the neighborhood. We were supposed to be providing the resources because the police was coming and doing stuff. There was the spook hunters and all these different people that was coming through and literally putting in pain on us. Like they was coming through, beating us up, stealing our jackets, doing all this type of stuff, and we had no protection. We had no, you know what I'm saying? We had no shield. We had nobody standing up for the community, the front line of this neighborhood. If you were in a certain neighborhood where there were just black people, right? So the gang at first was the people that was just like, wait a minute, hold up, nah. I'm coming outside and I'm gonna be outside. You gonna be outside? You outside? Well, we outside. When they come back, we outside. He said, nah, for real. That's what it was. That was the point. Shout to Raymond Washington, shout to Tookie and all, and rest in peace. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the history of Chicago, it's the same thing. Free Larry Hoover, all of them. Jeff Fort. These was young, militant-minded niggas that understood
Nah, hold up. This is how we organize and get what we not only need, but get the protection we need for them to not take what we got. Hello? Because that's what they doing. They coming around doing what they want to do. They probably selling drugs, doing whatever in our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Just like Bumpy Johnson. Bumpy Johnson and them said, nah, hold up. You're not going to be extorting Harlem, nigga. This our hood. But guess what? Niggas didn't have the organization skills. Niggas wasn't willing to come together like the Italians and the Mexicans and the cartels and all of them. Because niggas got too much poison in us from our colonizers still, I think. So the concept of gang is lost to what? Drugs, usually. Because guess what? When you're dealing with pain, when you're dealing with trauma, which comes with gangbanging, because you're going to see some brains, pause, you're going to see some, you know, you're going to see some things that ain't natural for a person to see, right? You're going to deal with some stuff that just ain't right. You're going to know in your heart it ain't right, and you're going to have to deal with it, right? It's going to be a situation that goes against your morals as a man, I guarantee you. It's going to be a situation where you want to stand up and say, nah, this ain't right, we can't do this. And you can't do that. You got to go along with the politics, because otherwise you're going to get marked out. You got to go with the car. You got to roll with the car, right? It might be say, all right, give you an example, right? There's a young dude. He naive. He don't really know what's going on, right? Y'all locked up somewhere in some county or something, and you got y'all homies in there from y'all hood, right? He say, yo, what's up with you, man? Where you from, right? And he said, oh man, I'm from the 60s. I'm from 60th Street, and shout to, no disrespect, right? I'm just making an example, right? Because we was talking about Nip. I'm just using an example. Even though I got homies from the 60s, shout out to the Roadies, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just making an example, right? Because that is a popular, reputable, and fly hood, right? I fuck with it. So, niggas say, yeah, I'm from the 60s, right? And the nigga say, yeah? What part? And the nigga say, where you from? I'm from da-da-da-da, right? And nigga say, you banging? And he like, nah, I ain't like that, right? I'm like, oh, all right. Now, depending on who this guy is, right? He might go back and tell the homies, yeah, this nigga in here talking about he from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Talking about like, you know what I mean? He one of them ones and all that. Nigga might not have said nothing like that, right? He might have just said, yeah, I'm from this place, right? He in there talking about he one of them ones from he a trophy from the hood. That's crazy, right? And niggas like, yeah, that's what he said? Oh man, like, all right, we on cuz. We on him, right? He didn't even do none of that, right? He didn't even do none of that. Said, hi, pro. What's happening? He ain't even put no, but they call that putting the 10 on the 2, right? Nigga put 10 on the 2 and gassed it up, right? Just to mark you out. So what? So he could take your stuff, right? Because this is where the greed in the hearts of men come into play when you talking about organizations and gangs, right? You know what I'm saying? He said, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So when dudes start doing stuff like that, right? It's a big difference between that and protecting the community, right? So let me play the scenario out, right? Let's say now he told niggas that dude false claiming the hood, right? So that he could get his store, so that he can find an excuse to mark him out and take whatever he got, right? Now the dude ain't even saying that. He just really a civilian. He really just said he's from there, right? So the dude does all of this poisoning to the other nigga homies in their head to get them to think, oh yeah, he whatever. They smash on him, right? You tell them because you know the kid, right? Let's say you know the kid. You know the kid from the street.
And you saying, nah, bro, he ain't even like that. And you telling them, man, you know how such and such is. He probably said that this nigga, da da da. He probably didn't even say that, right? And now niggas gonna say, oh, so you going against the gang for a civilian? You taking his word over little such and such? So what you want to get? You want to get the ones with him? You saying that his word ain't good? You saying that he's saying da da da? Now you making it a whole thing. Now you making it a whole thing because you going against the homie for a civilian, right? Correct me when I'm wrong if we got any real gangsters in here that know the politics better than me. You know what I'm saying? But as far as I understand, this is how it's going down, right? He said salute, facts. Like this is how it's happening, right? So now if a nigga says, nah, bro, I'm standing on that, man. He good, bro. I'm telling you, he good. That's on me, right? They gonna say, all right, well, you know what? Whatever we was gonna get off him, we want from you then. Because if you gonna stop the homies from eating off a civilian, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, man. That nigga false claim in the hood. Nigga, he a mark. He a mark in the park. He free game, man. We gonna get at him and get whatever we got up out him, man. Unless you gonna come up with it. Now you got niggas on your helmet. Now you got niggas on your bumper because they're mad that they can't get over. They're mad that they can't do somebody dirty. You standing in the way of them doing some grimy creep shit that they want to do because you an honorable nigga. And you like, come on, bro. Nah, that shit ain't. You don't like the way that looks as a gangster. That ain't gangster to you to take advantage of the weak. But guess what? You think that ain't what's happening in prison? You think that ain't what's happening in prison? You think that ain't what's happening in the streets? He said straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. That's what's happening. So when you wind up pushing a line that's you from this hood, I respect it and understand it if you really have the pureness in your heart of just saying, I love my hood. I'm not going to let nothing happen to my hood. They coming through here, blasting at us. You know what I'm saying? I had to fight people coming up just from being from here. I got real love for this soil. This is why I'm from my hood. I love and respect you for that because that means you're a warrior. That means in your mind, you have the same mind state that Jeff Fort or Larry Hoover or Raymond Washington and them had, right? You standing up for the people. You got to come in that. But what people? That's the question. What people? If you standing up just for your hood, your clique, your set, and half of the niggas in it ain't good, then you know what this energy means. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's crazy. Same mentality as presidents. I mean, technically, because guess what? When you're talking about an organization has to do what? It has to be financed. How's it going to be financed? It's got to be financed by some means. How you going to have means to finance a gang that's legal? Right? 9 times out of 10, you got to have illegal means. You got to be doing something. You got to be selling something. You got to have something coming in to be able to buy the trappers, to be able to buy the, you know what I'm saying, the vest, to this, to that. You got to be able to buy the stuff. You got to have the hardware. You got to be able to buy the cars, the strikers, you know what I'm saying, the pieces, everything. Right? So you got to be doing something. So that right there is another corruption. That's the hearts of men, man. Greed corrupts everybody, man. You expect a nigga that's on top, that's from a gang that unless he's a really good nigga and has a genuine soul, which is what happens sometimes. Rest in peace, Nip. Rest in peace, those of us that seen that, this nigga's just a genuine soul. He's a good nigga. It don't matter the fact that he a gangster. He's still a good man. He's still a good dad. He's still a good role model. He's still a good person. Right? And we see those people transition in life by the grace of Allah. We see them say, I used to be this, and now I'm, a mentor, now I'm a this, now I'm a that, right? We see those people. You know why? Because they graduate to the level where they don't want to associate themselves with the negativity of their past. They don't want to be known as a gang leader or this or that. People that want to be known as that, they want the clout of that. They want the attention of that. So if you want that, this is what I have to question in terms of we talk about fatherhood and repping your hood. If you know that repping your hood puts a target on you in a way that
it can negatively affect. You could just be somewhere with your kid. You could be, and you're still moving around with your family members in this neighborhood. Then I would say, if you don't have the means, don't have no seeds. If you don't have no ends, strap up when you hit the skins. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get out the gutter, stop making baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? Because you really literally putting lives in jeopardy, nigga. Because you got too many enemies and you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? You can't protect nobody. You got to borrow the chopper. You got to borrow a gun to stay safe. And you riding around, in a fishbowl with your kids. And then when the ops catch you, you talking about, yo, come on, man. That's not the time we living in. He said, preach. You know what I'm saying? The time we living in is like, it's one of those, you got to pick a lane. And if you're going to stay in that lane, you might want to be good at it. If you're going to be a gangbanger, you better be a damn near Navy SEAL at this point. You better be watching goddamn John Wick movies. You better be just learning all type of shit. Because technology is not on your side, my brother. At some point, this is what I don't understand that makes it scary, right? He said, Jones, you should do more lives pulling up on shorties macking. Yeah, that might be hard, huh? Nah, I don't know about that one, man. People crazy out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? Then I be done gotten some dumb shit just for a live. Yeah, hey, listen, I don't know. I'm letting shit happen organic. When y'all see the shorties in my live, it's just because they happen to be right there. I'm not chasing it. I'm not running down. You know what I mean? It's just natural, organic. It's natural, man. I know first, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? Yeah, you gotta keep it suave, man. So look, let me land my plane. So if you are putting the stains for the gang and putting pain, then you're putting the target on your name. So if you're creating babies and you're not, and all you're walking around with is a 380, then you're crazy. Because all you're doing is putting yourself and them in a position for ruin. Okay? That's really the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. And y'all got to pardon me for all of these trolls that's now, we're going up. That's all this means. You know what I'm saying? When we see all these crazy people just coming in going crazy in the chat, that means they seeing the algorithm is telling them, go here. So, I'm good to see it, right? They said Jules, right, yup. Yeah. He said that spammer just, yeah. All of that, man. He said, I forgot. He was chopping it. You're talking and mumbling. You don't hear what I'm saying to you? He said, Troll Patrol, report to the bridge. Yeah, just let me know who to block. That's all. You know what I mean? Do you miss Jin freestyles? You funny as hell. Shout out to Jin. Shout out to the brother Jin doing his thing, man. But yeah, man, I'm going to get up out of here. But I wanted to chop that up with y'all. We've been here for longer than an hour. But I'm reading some of y'all comments now. I can't read them all during the live. But it said, do I believe in God? Absolutely. I'm a Muslim. By the way, Assalamu alaikum to all the believers. Peace be upon y'all. And all the Christians and all the Jews and anybody that believes in God, man. Because we all come from the same God, no matter what name you call him. You say you just got here. It's all good. Basically, what I was summing up was to put the summation down, right? Shout out to all my fathers that's putting fatherhood before everything. I would suggest for the people that aren't already in situations to where they're basically dealing with their pasts, right? Which we all are on some level, right? If you're dealing with your past and you know that you're in a situation where you got people that might want to do some harm to you, I would suggest you get away from where those people are with your family. I would suggest you find some way to either stack up some bread and get in another area, or you don't be riding around like you don't have to think militarily. Because you do.
And most people will not care if you with your kids. They're not gonna check. They're gonna see it's you. They're gonna see it's your car. They're gonna light that car up. You know what I mean? So I'm talking like this because I know this happens, and there's people that's really out here. He said facts, good looks. Yeah, right. Like you one of those. But you know, it's a lot of people that's one of those out here, man. That's what they think they have to do. The young boys, like from our hood and from the people that I know, they think that that's what you have to do. Catching a hat is like that's part of being a man. They think that's part of the rituals of life. So it's like I understand it because that's where we at in the world. That's what they glorify in every song. That's what they're making you think it's supposed to be the standard. You know what I'm saying? You gotta catch hats. You know what I mean? I think I forgot. I'm like trying to think of melody for this song. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. But I appreciate y'all, man, just chopping it up on a random subject. But I'm gonna get back at y'all soon. You go live at consistent times. I've been going live every day, you know, one times, 2, 3 times a day. So right now, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like. Make sure you tap in. We're gonna see every time we go on live because it's gonna notify you. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at the real Serius Jones. No O in Serious. Make sure you get Afro Jones. I'm about to get back cooking on that right now, to be honest. I'm about to finish this beat tonight for the last song for Afro Jones. That's going to be August 2nd. Also, I'm battling Big T August 2nd in New York. If you can get there, get there. If not, get the pay-per-view. I'm going all the way up like a turtleneck. I'm not playing with nobody. And I'm keeping my foot on these motherfuckers' necks. As you can see, I'm trolling the trolls. I'm out of control. I'm buying new bust downs like I just touched down. And I'm not playing no games. And I'm taking names. And I'm leaving stains on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all stay in tune like a guitar. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all fucking with a real star, man. Serious J, when I the only great one left. Down and around in 1,000 towns. Popping this shit like Orville Redenbach. It ain't nobody could do it better. The best that ever did it and get it. Yeah.